So what's up, traders? Today we're doing a recap of CYN yesterday. CYN actually gotta see my disclaimer over there. So make sure you read through all that. Anyway, I forgot to post this video about CYN. A lot of traders got pretty much smoked in this ticker because this ticker was pretty choppy, and it actually stopped me out, and I had a max loss on it. I forgot what it was, but the CYN pretty much. So you got to check out my chat log over here. You see right here, like when I was talking to the chat, there's a couple of things that that I was talking about. Where is it? Ooh, hold on, let's see. Right here. So this is the thing. This is the thing that I have. Um, this is what I've said here. This is my right here, right here. This is your key information right here. You see, so here I am anxious. So yesterday in the morning, I said the exact same thing. There were a couple of things going on that day. CYN was the only mover. You know how to have a crazy ass mover. That's basically. So you have to understand, like, a stock to gap up 300%. Let's see, abnormalities right here. Let's see, abnormalities, abnormalities. Okay, so the stock gaps up 300%, 300% runs another 200%. This is an abnormality. This doesn't happen often. Like if I look at all my data, only about 5 out of 100 stocks do this. Because I looked at the data of a short seller that was tracking data for about 5 years or 10 years. So, the guy usually his data is something like I don't track really, but it's like really tiny. So only about 5 out of 100 stocks. So this thing is very rare. You have to understand. Um, because what he does is he shorts every gapper over 100%, and he shorts every gapper over 100%, and then he only loses 5 out of 100 times. He only loses 5 out of 100 times. So that's the short seller strategy. So you have to understand, like, when you have a stock gapping up like 300%, right here, this is a short. But when a stock keeps going, it's CYN. So this is a stock that it was pretty much a short seller's worst nightmare, to tell you the truth, because it had all the criteria that the longs look for, and we were in a market in which everything was going, everything was going. There was no other movers. So my take on CYN before it ran humongously like that, abnormality, CYN. So the thing about CYN, stock ran 500%. So as a short seller, you start shorting stocks over 100%, and if and you get squeezed. Only 5 out of 100 stocks do this. So out of 100 stocks you short that are over 100%, only 5 out of 100 will squeeze you. So this is kind of like the data. This is like a 5 years or 7 years worth of data. So you have to understand 7 years of data. 7 years of data. So this is long before I was even probably about more data as a short seller. So you have to understand, like, the criteria that makes a crazy ass short squeeze. Criteria that makes a crazy ass short squeeze. So you can see, like, in my chat, like, my bias in this ticker was like never short. My bias in this ticker was never short. Number one, I'm very anxious to short CYN. I think I will be long. Check mark. So bias is long. Bias is long. Number one. why did I say my bias was too long? It partnership with NVIDIA. This is 100 out of 100 news articles. Whenever you have NVIDIA partnership, this is like a really awesome deal. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's NVIDIA. Doesn't matter. It's going to go up. Third off, you have Thursday, which is choppy Thursday most of the time. So on Thursday, the stocks usually squeeze. Choppy Thursday, stock squeeze. This is just my data because I really like to track the days. The day it moved. Number 4, low float. Number 5, let's keep on going. Number 5, clean chart, no resistance on daily. And number 6, probably the most important thing. It has news. Probably the most important thing out of this criteria here. Number 6, news. Right? It has news, clean chart, low float. The most important bias is that it's the only ticker. Most important bias. So see, every single day I look at 7 stocks that I'm about to understand, like where's the liquidity gonna come? Where's the market gonna go in? So every single day I look at the stock market and I'm like, yo, where's the money maker? Where's the money flows gonna go? Which tickers is the money? The pretty much the money flow is gonna go, because every day traders wake up and they're gonna buy something. What are they going to buy? And the thing was, there was nothing else to buy. It was the only mover, the only mover. So this is like probably the biggest red flag as a short seller. Biggest red flag as a short seller, and it was the best opportunity to go long. Biggest red flag as a short, and then you have to like understand like how everything works. Biggest red flag as a short, and biggest green flag as a long. And you might wonder like, but the problem is going long was choppy. Was choppy for longs. So um this is how CYN ran 500%. Let's take a look at CYN again. Let's see. Let me show you like what it did, because obviously you guys are pretty crazy. So initially, look at this short squeeze. Look at this. Look at this. This is an astronomical short squeeze. So let's look. My bias was to go long. Okay. The news article was collaboration with NVIDIA. Great. That was the news. We're going to the checklist. The float on CYN, I don't know, let's look again. 1.6 million. So that's a micro float. So that's the lowest you can go, micro float. Micro float. That means almost a micro float. So that's like an extremely tiny float of the supply. And clean chart. What does a clean chart mean to me? Means if you look on the daily right here, you open up the volume bar and you take a look, like, you look at the biggest candle on the daily in the past year, and then you draw the top of it, and then you have 13 million, and you see if today's volume, was more than, so you can see, so here that we had a big candle, 13 million up to 30. So that's resistance. Where you have the biggest candle on the daily, that's pretty much your resistance. So let's call it, I don't know, 30, and then this candle on the daily 43. And then pretty much you draw out. So it's a clean chart up to 30 or up to 40. That's what it means. So the ticker was, as you can see, the price action here, the ticker was incredibly choppy. Multiple times I tried to go long. I went long over here and made like 50 cents, and then we dip, and then we have consolidation. And the second time I actually bought it was right here. This is a pattern I study. This is what I called an uptrend wedge pattern formation, and combined with this is a pattern I study. This is third time a charm breakout. So this is a pattern that I buy. I try to anticipate. This is a third time a charm breakout. You can see right here, a support, 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 and then third time a charm, we break the breakout. So the only time I actually bought it, the second time was 12.20, and then because I saw third time a charm, we break 25, and then I held, and then hold on, I'll even show you like my profit on this ticker because I finished the day, and then I started short and I hit my max loss. So you can see right here my P&L on it. I bought it at 12.33 right here, and then I sold it right here at 14 something. I made $2 a share, and I was very happy. That's it. But I hit my max loss on it because I had the right idea. This was the idea. The idea was to be long. I didn't really expect it to be so strong. I didn't really expect it to trade the way it did. So, my thesis on the ticker was to go long. And then the way it traded was choppy because we pop up to 21 and we come back down, and then we form a wedge, we break the wedge, and this is where we were supposed to go straight up, and then we come back again. It's like, you know, like I got myself into a short at around 18.5, and then I had to cover it into this crazy ass squeeze. So I kind of hit my max loss right here. And for a moment here, I thought this was going to be a long. And if you bought it as a long at 22, you would have get dumped onto 20. So now what? We had plenty of guys in the chat room, understanding that this was still a long. But to me, I actually hit my max loss after I made this trade over here because I was short here and then I covered and I hit my max loss. So it pretty much the way it traded, it was very choppy. I mean, it was choppy up to here to 20, and then after 20, it went parabolic to 40. This is not really a normal pattern. This is a very hard pattern to understand because it starts out very slow, and instead of selling off, it speeds up going up. So, and even here, we instead of breaking down, we still went. The way it moved, you can see. So like these candles are like 50-cent candles. These are very tiny candles over here. The way we opened and the way we traded. These are not like big candles for this stock. Only after we broke this 20-ish, we actually went to 30. We should have pushed right at the open straight up and dipped and came right back. But we pushed and came straight back down, and we did the way it traded, it was very tricky. And on top of it all, once we hit 40, they did an offering for at $5 a share. That's ridiculous. That's one of these black swans. This is what I call an overcrowded trade when there's nothing else to trade and there's only one ticker moving. Like this is a good example of a black swan. And you have to understand that this was along the whole time. You should never flip short on a ticker that pretty much resistance is 30 and 40. Just because it's up 300% does not mean it cannot go up another 200%. That doesn't, I mean, I know it's rare. I know you're looking at it and you're like, how many times did a stock gap up 300% and went another 200% up? How many times? Probably you can count them on your fingers because it's so rare. But this situation, if you got yourself short over here and you were refusing to cover, you might be looking at blowing up your account, whatever that account is. So it's important to respect rules like max loss, like which I did, and not like be stubborn about it and be like, this is impossible. I can't believe it's going higher. It can't. Just because you don't think it cannot go any higher and you haven't seen one in the past 100, 1,000 example, doesn't mean it can't. When you have all these things together, when you have only one ticker moving right here, most important, the only mover, one mover, everybody, the longs and the shorts are in, longs and the short are in, longs and the shorts are in. So what happens in this situation, it's overcrowded. And because it's overcrowded, it does this. It's overcrowded, the only one ticker, and it's choppy. And that's very hard to explain to you guys. I don't know if you guys traded it. I had the right bias. I explained the right bias multiple times, but the way it traded was very, very choppy. I don't know, and I was talking about how, there's a company during GME and AMC that ran from $1 to 500. I was saying to the chat, and that's exactly like, and the ticker was right here. This is the ticker. It was KWE. And this ticker, created, what is it? It created headphones with the input jack. So, I don't know about you, but I don't use headphones. My you see my headset, my headset's wireless. So KWE went from 5 to like 120, and there's some traders that lost, 6 digits, maybe more. So just because you don't think it cannot go any higher, it can't. And I was telling the chat that this ticker, this is what they do. They sell these headphones with, I mean, who uses headphones on your iPhone? Do you use headphones on your iPhone? Nah, me either. So this company went freaking crazy here in 2021. And look at CYN. It opened up at $7 and ran to 40 and then had an offering and we're down to 18. This shit is possible because if you have all these criteria, all these ingredients, bias, NVIDIA, choppy Thursday, low float, overcrowded trade, you get, low flow, you get over, you get this crazy ass move, um, you know, of CYN. That's an amazing educational video. I'm gonna put that in my video stream of the one mover. And I'm gonna cut the tape because I didn't really do my 20 minute of talk. We now gonna return to our normal broadcast, which is 1 hour of chatting here. So thank you guys for watching my video. We're gonna return to our pre-market live stream. Make sure you rewatch this video and see you all in the next one. Yeah, but the live stream will continue.